This video covers the units of production method. So remember that I said that the units that we're using, the units, let's go back to our data. I said that the units that we are using is going to be the same as life, sorry, let me think. So we know that the cost of the asset was $10,000. The salvage value is 1,000, so our depreciable cost is 9,000. The units is going to be 36,000 units. The life of the machinery is 36,000 shoes. So we expect that the unit will produce 36,000 shoes in its lifetime. So think of that exactly like 5 years, except for it's in units. So for units of production, it's the same formula, except for the life is going to be in units. So we still take our cost minus our salvage value and divide it by the units of production. So here's what we have. We have our salvage value is $9,000. Our total units of production are 36,000. So if our depreciable cost is 9,000 and we're going to produce 36,000 units, our depreciation cost is going to be 25 cents per unit. Now that depreciation cost will remain the same no matter how many units we produce each year, but the total depreciation cost expensed each year will vary depending on the number of units. So the first year we produced 7,000 units. So for year one, we had 7,000 units times 25 cents per unit gives us a depreciation expense of 1,750. The number of units produced times our rate per unit gives us our total depreciation expense for the year. All right, let's look how the table works. So the number of units varies each period. Notice that this last year, I'm not sure how many units of how many shoes we actually produced, because we're not going to exceed our life of 36,000. So no matter how many shoes we produced in 2021, we're going to stop where the total of shoes is 36,000. We know that our rate per unit is going to be the same every single period. So our depreciation expense is always the number of units times the depreciation per unit. So when it's 7,000 units, it's 1,750. When it's 8,000 units, it's a little bit higher, it's 2,000. So you see how that varies. The accumulated depreciation and book value work the same. For the first year, we have 1,750. For the second year, this 3,750 is this 2,000 for year two plus the 1,750. That's how we get the 3,750. The 6,000 is the 1,750 plus the 2,000 plus the 2,250 gives us the 6,000. The book value works the same too. 10,000. The 8,250 is 10,000 minus 1,750 equals 8,250. 8,250 minus 10,000 minus 3,750 equals 6,250. 10,000 minus 6,000 equals 4,000. Now notice that the other thing I told you always is the same. The ending book value will always be our salvage value, which in this case is 1,000, and our depreciation expense will always be our depreciable cost, which was 9,000. All right, I'm going to pause for a moment and pull up an example. This is the example from our practice problems. Notice that we're still looking for year two. So the numerator is still going to be our cost minus our salvage value. The denominator is the life in units, so total units of production. So the cost minus our salvage value, forgot the number, gotta get my calculator, was 45,000, wait, different numbers. So sorry. Ramirez Company installs a computerized manufacturing machine at the beginning of the year at a cost of $83,600. So my cost is $83,600. $4,000 salvage value. So minus 4,000. So this is 79,600. The total units of production. I'm looking at year 2. But first, during its second year, the machine produced 33,800 units. But I need my cost per unit first. So my estimated life is 20 years or 398,000. So my total units estimated is 398,000. So my depreciation cost per unit is 20 cents. During year 2, I produced 33,800 units. So 33,800 units times 20 cents means my depreciation expense for year 2 was 67,600. You have to be very careful whether they're asking you for depreciation expense or accumulated depreciation or book value. Be very certain what they're asking for when you answer your test questions. Okay. 33,800 times 0.20. Oh, look, I have an extra 0 in. I'm just not doing very well today. Need more coffee. There we go. All right, next video is going to be declining balance, which is completely a different method.